I guess we can check here and notice that Yukiko, yep, she has a Matarasu now. And you might notice her stats are slightly different. I probably already went over that at this point. This is about the point that if you were going for a harem... Oh, wait. Before I talk about that, let's talk to this guy because he has a quest for us. Would her name be Felicia? 3 fashionable dish is. It's interesting. I think they forgot to put the end of that word in yellow text. So yeah, we sold everything except these, so let's go ahead and give them. They're dropped by the sky balance in Risei's dungeon, so we get Picross rules. Nowadays you can pay, also more yen. Nowadays you can play Picross in a lot of digital games, but yeah, never really done it myself, but it seems kind of cool in a way. As I was saying, this is the part where things would get a bit painful on a harem run, because right after forming an unbreakable bond of love with Yukiko, you would then go ahead and start focusing on Risei a lot. So, yeah. Rejecting social links romantically is kind of painful in the moment, but they take it well in rank 10, as you can see with Yukiko, and I just think it's so much worse going for the harem route and just romancing everyone without them knowing, and then... yeah, there's a scene later on that guilt trips you pretty heavily for it. And this is another one of those moments in the original PS2 version of rare footage of Okina. You still went there in that game, you just couldn't go there, like, you couldn't explore it as an overworld location. You mean a legendary pirate treasure? I don't think she actually wears one, though. She wears, like, a normal two-piece swimsuit in the beach scene. Spoilers, I guess. Yeah, I wonder where Kanji does get his stuff. I feel like he customizes most of it himself. He probably does buy them online, honestly. Yeah, see, online shopping is definitely mentioned in Persona 4, but it wasn't nearly as much of a phenomenon as it back in 2008 and 9 as it was right now. Hello, your name tag is literally suspicious guy. Let's run away. Oh, please don't say I love you. This reminds me of a... ages ago I watched kind of a silly reality TV show that I think was just called I Get That A Lot, which involves celebrities doing mundane jobs, and whenever someone asks them, like, if they're this person, like Brad Pitt or something, they just have to say, I get that a lot. There are so many weird reality shows out there. Yes, you told them that you're not actually, the idol that, directly resembles you. Well, I mean, considering her shadow, that's something that she's wanted to tell people for a really long time. As always, the social link definitely follows up on some of the things that were gone into in the character's dungeon. That's definitely a big difference between this game and Persona 5, where the characters' confidants were very distanced from the problems they went through in their dungeons most of the time. It's just nice to hear Risei just talking about how much she loves the place. Sometimes her optimism and cheerfulness is infectious, at least I find. And even though this is an odd-numbered rank, she still gets a skill out of it. The name of this skill is kind of a lie. It's not actually full analysis. All it does is it lets you view some of the enemy's skills, and even then it doesn't work on certain enemies, like bosses. Yeah, it's saying that here, but yeah, it doesn't fully show all of their affinities. It's still trial and error. Now I'm just remembering how,
I'll see you later, senpai.
as of recording this, the One Piece manga is still going on. Maybe you're watching this in a time when One Piece has actually ended.
Oh, welcome home, big bro.
Like, originally I didn't think that had ever happened, but then I never really thought Naruto was gonna end, and it did. Yeah, I heard that Bleach also ended, but I never really followed that all that much. We're gonna finish reading Expert Fishing thanks to hyperspeed reading. Well, I mean, I didn't exactly follow Naruto either. I mostly followed Little Karibo's spoof version and the Ultimate Ninja Storm video games, which I honestly think are the best way to experience Naruto. Like, no, I'm not kidding. I actually think they're better than the manga and the anime. So finishing hyperspeed reading unlocks a new fishing technique. Sometimes the triangle button will appear and you can hold it down to, you can press it and boost your reeling speed for a limited time. We're gonna need that to catch the Guardian. This is why I highly recommended buying Expert Fishing when it's first available. Makes catching the Guardian so much easier. I say the Guardian, but really it's just Guardians, because you can get multiples of them.
Yeah, hello? It's Ko.
This is actually a meeting that we do need to accept.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, there's no real indication which of these phone calls are unique events and which are just another opportunity for a social link rank up. But this one is a unique event, and you get a unique book out of it that you will miss forever if you say no to this phone call. And there's nothing else, to indicate at all that that's the case. It just seems like a normal phone call. That's a weird line out of context. I was complaining. Obviously don't say not interested, or you'll miss out on the All Books trophy. I actually participated in a tea ceremony once, when I was in Japan. I had to eat something really, really sweet so that the tea would go down properly. I normally don't eat sweets, but it would have been really rude to refuse, so I had to. Kind of. Cousin, but she acts like a sister. This is like the widest view out of views windows that you ever get for like most of the game. Yes, let's play homework. Every kid's favorite game ever, said no one. Yeah, you get points towards Nanako and strength from this, which is pretty cool. We have to come back in through the door, but I'm guessing that's because we saw them off at the train station or something. And finally we can harvest. I think are we growing eggplant? Yes, we are. I'm pretty sure that's eggplant. Yep, one scapegoat eggplant. You don't get a lot of a yield from this, but you don't really need that many. Let me see. I can... eggplant takes ages to grow, though. But I may as well take another one. At this point, we have a lot of personas that can null light and dark, so it's not super necessary for us to have contingencies against instant death, but it's still handy to have. And if I don't use them by the end of the game, I can just, sell them for money. grown vegetables usually sell for more than the cost of their seeds, so that's like kind of a decent source of cash at the end of the game if you have any leftover vegetable items you haven't used. There's a certain vegetable much later on that sells for a huge amount. I've been pretty lucky with these Inaba jewel beetles so far. That's 2 of them, and I think that's all we need for the moment. I mean, if you want a contingency plan, you might want to get more, but if you save before fishing, you won't need any more than 2. Tonight, we're gonna be seeing Devil again. This time will probably result in a rank up. No, it won't, actually. We need several spend time events for this one, it seems. That's probably because rank 8 doesn't give any points at all. There are a lot of social link ranks like that. But I suppose it makes sense for this one to require multiple spend times because she's become a workaholic. So we have to sit through her doing a lot of work before we're able to deepen our bond. So rain will continue until tomorrow. That means I believe this is actually Mitsuo's deadline. Oh boy, today is actually the day. Yeah, so when I was first looking through Hurricane Harlan's guide as I was playing through this, I saw this day, and I saw the words written in the guide, need at least 2 guardians. And I basically screamed. But with practice, it's actually not as bad as you think. Oh, hi, we haven't seen you for a while. You're not saying anything new. Dang it. What you want to do first, save. Save, save, save. Always do that before fishing. Because we only have 2 Inaba jewel beetles, and both of them need to catch us guardians. We're going to the Samegawa floodplain. And like, I just want to remind people, like, don't feel bad if this is frustrating at first. The first time that I did this, I was screaming so much, I was just swearing like crazy. It is learnable. So, it is time. Finally time to catch this thing. And yes, this is even shown in the anime, but it's under a bit different circumstances. They work it into the death social link, and it's just so good. They do something in the anime that I'm actually gonna do here, because I'm gonna not talk over the fishing, because I need to concentrate. But yeah, it says here lots of huge fish, but if it's raining, it also attracts the Guardian. This is where the reeling in early if you don't see the right splashes thing helps, because, like I said, these 2 Inaba jewel beetles both have to catch Guardians. If you waste one of them on a huge fish, you've kind of failed this day. Okay, let's see. No, that's not a Guardian. Trust me, the Guardian is really obvious. That's a Guardian. The tutorial kind of screws you up here, honestly. Yeah, that was probably a lot faster than many of you expected, but I've had practice at this, trust me. And that's only the first one we need. If we, fail, like, to get one off of the second Inaba jewel beetle, we have to reset this, because, yeah, we only have 2 of them. Probably would have been better if I had more, so that I had a possible failure safety net, but oh well. Okay then, gotta psych myself up for this one. As you saw with the last one, the best way to do this is to reel it in all the way early. The moment that it starts pulling away, you've pretty much already lost. It's basically a case of what TV tropes will call unstable equilibrium. You have to get a lead early, and don't lose that lead. That is the best way to catch these things. And hey, there's another one already. Oh no. No. No way. Now is not the time. My controller's dying. My controller ran out of battery, of course. Okay, almost lost at that time. There we go, that's two of them. I think what's also happening was I was touching the touchpad and was disabling the analog stick, which was ruining it. Okay, so now we can safely relax because none of the other fish that we catch here really matter. Because fishing is supposed to be relaxing, right? I got frustrated at that, but not for the reasons that I expected to. Yeah. Another huge fish. Also, just wait until we see what we actually use these guardians for. I bet you'll laugh when you find out. Because we don't actually give the old man the river guardian, we just have to prove that we've caught it. In other words, show it to him. Which frees us to actually use the guardian for our own purposes. Okay, that's all. Yes, I'm pretty sure our diligence is at its limit. We just caught two of the biggest fish in the river.
Welcome back.
Also, if we go into our items... I don't know if this is a golden only thing, but you can actually feed guardians to your party and it restores all their SP. Oh, okay, so do I have... I have Dominion, so good, I have Justice. Because we're actually going to be spending time with Nanako tonight, which is great. Perfect thing to take the edge off from all of that fishing. I mean, this isn't relevant to Nanako or anything, but I don't think I need to show off the touchpad for anything else, so I may as well disable the touchpad controls. They're just going to ruin things with fishing later, because this is not the end of the amazing fishing adventures of Yu Narukami, not by a long shot.
Yeah.
I'm home.
Welcome home. Dad.
Sorry. Man.
It's fine. It's fine, okay?
Hey.
Why would you say that? Yeah, I think some of the dialogue choice in this actually affect Dojima's social link points as well.
I'm counting on you.
Hey!
I love how everyone actually comes to help with this.
Damn. Nanako! Please. Sorry.
Yes, that's only rank 7. I should take this time to also mention that the anime does adapt the events of this and also the other ranks at the end of Nanako's Social Link in its own episode that's called the very Englishy Anniversary to Become a Family. Now, if you're following that along with this playthrough, I wouldn't recommend watching that now because it actually comes a bit later into the anime after some other major things have happened. But I will just say, the first time that I watched that episode, I was like, oh hey, it's a Social Link episode. It's gonna be a nice, relaxing breather from all the dungeon action, right? No! They actually make this scene even worse in the anime. It is one of the most brutal, hard-hitting emotional moments of the entire show. So, if you are watching the Persona 4 anime, which I highly recommend, I think it's very good, be emotionally prepared before you watch that episode. I'll just say, it's a very heavy episode. Today actually is Mitsuo's deadline. So maybe we'll see if the police have made any progress in interrogating him after this day's over. It's raining, so we're going to do a Mega Beef Bowl today, and we're looking for knowledge, diligence, and understanding, which are the only 3 stats we haven't maxed, so yeah. Anything else is going to be pointless. Annoyingly, the Beef Bowl can still give you stats that you've already maxed. There we go. So I ran a combinations calculator here, because I'm pretty sure this is a combination. It's a possibility of 4 stats, and you choose 3 out of them. And apparently there's 4 total combinations of those. And yeah, we just missed Ica again. So I'm guessing the chances of getting the stat ups that I wanted are 1 in 4.
And now the weather.
Probably not. I'll need to look more into that, because there are several different ways that you could potentially select the 3 stats that I need.
The week ended on a wet note as rain clouds moved into the area. As a result, a thick fog is expected to form in the Inaba region later tonight.
And once again, another reused scene for the fog coming in. And that means that tonight would have been our Mitsuo deadline, so we're forced to watch the Midnight Channel. Is the Midnight Channel going to be over for good now? We don't have anyone talking in the fog-shrouded shopping district, so is it all over? That's the thing though, Persona games are pretty big on interface spoilers. You might notice that we've only maxed 1 of our social links so far, so obviously the game is nowhere near done yet. Of course, the real question should be, why isn't the game over yet? Or rather, why isn't the story over yet? And that, we're not exactly spoiled on, so look forward to finding that out. For now though, we're gonna go and show the fruits of our fishing efforts to the old man at the Samegawa floodplain. This is actually why we call it well, one of 2 reasons why we call it the Guardian. We're about to get to our real reason. Yes, we actually have 2 of them. I can only imagine his face when we just come up just holding 2 of them, or pull both of them out of hammer space for maximum comedy. And with that, we get the deep sea rod. We can now fish at the Shirichi beach. Yeah, the legendary fish he was chasing was the River Guardian back in the original game, but he set his sights a lot higher now. And in order to complete the Fox's final request, we'll have to fulfill those lofty aspirations of his. And as for the Guardians we caught, yes, we are going to feed both of them to this cat. Give it Inaba Trout? No. Huge fish? Guardian? Yep. It's still not full. So guess what? We're gonna feed it another Guardian. The cat is finally full after eating 2 fish that, in the history of Inaba, were used to feed the entire town. So that completes Feed the Cat. But guess what? Cat's still hungry. I told you before, this cat's stomach is a black hole. So let's just give it something random like an Inaba Trout. I like the name of this one, Cat Needs Food Badly. No, we kind of did. Oh yeah, we were there when we caught them, and I would say that he was disgusting. But it seems like the police are taking all the credit from what we did. Maybe that's for the best, though. If they found out we were involved, that might raise questions. All around town, people are going to be saying some new things. So, yeah, this is pretty much exactly how it goes in most, Persona games. And in a lot of, games set in Japan, they have to have the obligatory yukata fan service scene. And it looks like they're hitting it off. I still love the little subplot they go through. Okay, I think I have actually got the timing down now. Some of these bugs can only be used when fishing in the sea. And annoyingly, you know that black hole cat we were just dealing with? It hates all the fish from the sea, so none of our fishing there is going to help it. We have to go back to the river and fish for it later. We haven't actually checked in with the people in Okina in a little while. And with that, we're gonna visit Rise again. Yeah, this is the part of the game that I really like, because we get to hang out with Rise a lot. Yeah, I think you already talked about the license exam thing. Everyone's gonna keep talking about the license exams until the beach trip, unfortunately. Even if you don't go for UX Rise as a pairing, I would still recommend doing the social link because the bonuses she gets out of it are really great. Yeah, I've never really liked tofu all that much. It is pretty bland. I also used to think it was called tofood. That's actually the option she likes the most, which pleases a shipper of this pairing like me. Although this is definitely adapted a little bit in the anime, in Rise's introductory episode.
No way!
And you'll see why here. Rise actually knows this guy. And I think she has the right to resign. I don't think you can just say, no, you can't resign. Yeah, especially considering that in the anime, they said that she would be doing stuff until 4 AM. Actress, huh? Okay, then. What is it with social links in Persona games, I've just realized, and, the whole boyfriend cover story thing? But admittedly, this is true. In fact, the title of, Rise's debut episode in the anime was even called No One Sees the Real Me. We actually have to go along with her for this. Yes, we are totally in love and we are going to get married. Very soon. After graduating. And live here and open a tofu shop or something. Did we mention we are very much in love? Yeah, we could kind of tell that. Oh, okay. I mean, he didn't seem that bad from what we saw of him.
I'm sorry, Senpai.
So, either A or C is fine here. As long as you don't say this one. I think this is a little more in character of him here. You can interpret that as joking if you want to. There's a lot of ways you could read that. It is, so one thing that a lot of people don't like about Rise is the fact that she has a lot of ship tease with the protagonist, even if you're dating someone else, but the majority of it occurs in main story scenes, mostly in comedy ones. In her social link, usually, whenever she brings up the option, she generally is just joking about it, and it's easy to read the interactions as, I don't know, just joking if you want. Anyway, from this, Rise learns Third Eye. I believe this is actually something that Fuga had back in Persona 3, so this really is just an extra element to the interface that honestly should have been there from the beginning and shouldn't have required unlocking. When you hover the cursor over a target, it'll now tell you if the attack is going to be nulled or repelled or absorbed. I was gonna say it's really just an idiot-proofing feature, but that's being a bit mean. It definitely means that you will be face-palming a lot harder if you do accidentally hit a repel.
Wow, what a great spread! I've never seen so many pieces of fatty tuna.
If you're gonna have a celebration, you can't do it halfway.
And we already had one, but you probably should know that.
Celebration?
Ah, it's about this. Watch.
I didn't care who it was. I was pissed off. I wanted to be famous. The suspect was often heard saying these things.
That about lines up with the profile.
The young suspect has confessed to being the culprit behind the recent cases, but he's shown no remorse so far. Because of several inconsistencies in the boy's deposition, some have called for a mental examination to be carried out. Until then, the police will be continuing their investigation to shed light on all the prior incidents.
It was actually really tough to make a case out of this. All we had was the suspect's confession and some circumstantial evidence. But the lab found the perp's prints on the victim's clothes, so we made it stick after all.
Yeah, he murdered Morooka pretty hastily and, was definitely clumsier about it than the first two, it seems.
Man, isn't crime scene investigation something? Who would have thought you could get viable prints from cloth?
There's no more scary stuff to worry about. You're safe now.
Uh-huh.
That also means that he might have more time to spend with you now.
Man, that guy was twisted. A high schooler committing multiple murders and leaving the bodies like that. He was over the edge. Good thing we caught him. Now I can stop seeing suspects in every shadow.
Adachi, you have no idea how true that statement is.
If the killer was still on the loose.
Enough, Adachi. If you keep running your mouth, the sushi's gonna dry up.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Come on, everyone. Eat up.
Well, since you asked. Huh? You don't like sushi, Nanako-chan?
There's wasabi in it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell him to hold the wasabi. Here, I'll take it off for you. Which one do you want?
Halibut.
Excellent taste, Nanako-chan. As for me, I'll go for sea urchin.
Hey, there's only one of those.
Too late. First come, first serve.